Audio Jungle.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dom Mafia Live. That is right, folks. Live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST and 5:15 p.m. EST, bringing you all of the latest coverage surrounding your beloved Buffalo Bills and the NFL organization. Man, we just ended up hearing from Sean McDermott on the podium, folks, and we heard some great news, and then we also heard some concerning news. I suppose it really depends on who you ask in this overall sort of hypothetical. But the good news is that Matt Milano, folks, the 21-day practice window has been open for the outside linebacker. We are very, very excited to welcome this gentleman back in action. All right. All of us have been salivating for the pairing of Terrell Bernard and Matt Milano as a linebacker duo, especially once Bernard started coming to the scene, right? Because Bernard really didn't start showing out until after Milano's original injury. And fun fact, this dude hasn't played a game of quality football or actually started a football game in over 400 days, which is absolutely nuts. More than a year we haven't seen Matt Milano out on the field. However, opening up this 21-day practice window is absolutely massive. Now, what does this mean? This means that he will not be playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. After the fact, we have a bye week the following week, which is going to be absolutely incredible for quite a few of our injuries to go on ahead and improve. And then afterwards against the San Francisco 49ers, that is going to be the day where Matt Milano more than likely will be able to play. This is absolutely fantastic. Not going to be there against the Kansas City Chiefs, but we have been missing this linebacker for the squad for the longest time. Absolutely insane. Folks, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, guys, listen, he is now officially back. Things are absolutely insane for the Buffalo Bills. Now, the bad news, unfortunately, we have to go ahead and scroll down here a little bit so I can break this to you. Keon Coleman is not going to be playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. Sean McDermott went on ahead, and he has already ruled him out against the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday. But let me tell you one thing that I absolutely love about this. And I know it's like, Dan, how the hell are we going to look at this from a positive light, especially since we hear that Amari Cooper is quote unquote progressing and we hear that Sean McDermott is trying to play it safe. Well, let me tell you what ended up happening earlier on my stream today was that Kevin came in, good friend Kevin rolled on in, and he said, you know what, each and every single year, the Buffalo Bills end up playing the Kansas City Chiefs like it's a playoff game during the regular season, in which we typically do, right? Like we end up pulling out all of the stops and we end up coming out victorious. We have beaten them 3 straight regular season games in a row. And the problem is that we treat that like a playoff game where, in all honesty, we should be treating the Kansas City Chiefs game like what it is, a regular season game. And I look at this Buffalo Bills squad and let me know if y'all are feeling the exact same way, because I'm starting to really buy into this. The number one priority for this Buffalo Bills team right now is to get healthy. It really is, because look at all of our previous playoff blunders. Largely had to do with the fact that we ended up having massive injuries during key moments. Last year against the Kansas City Chiefs, we had AJ Klein out there as a starting linebacker. Both Bernard and Milano were out, right? Losing out on certain wide receivers, losing out on corners. So you're telling me we have an opportunity right now, folks, of getting past this Kansas City Chiefs game and potentially winning with what squad that we have out on the field already, right? Make no mistake, I like the Buffalo Bills wide receiving core, even without Keon Coleman and even without Amari Cooper, more than I like what they have over in Denver. I'll be completely honest with you. I mean, I'll be completely honest with you. I like our wide receiving core even without Amari Cooper, even without Keon Coleman out there better than the Denver Broncos. And here's the deal. I know that we want to beat the Chiefs exclusively for bragging rights. I think that each and every single one of you wants that to happen because then we have a bunch of fraud fans like Haley, who's a Bengals fan who lives in like New Hampshire. Like she's nowhere near Cincinnati. She just likes Cincinnati for like some odd reason. She's the same person that follows me on TikTok and like she has a different profile picture depending on who plays the Buffalo Bills. I have no idea. I have no idea why she's a Cincinnati Bengals fan. I have no idea why she's a why she hates the Buffalo Bills so much. Makes no sense. Maybe it's like some like middle school thing where like she has like a crush on a guy who really likes the Buffalo Bills and he maybe denied her and she just hated the Bills after the fact. I really don't know what it is, but we all want this Kansas City Chiefs game. We sincerely do. But at the end of the day, why? Why do we want this Kansas City Chiefs game, right? It's the regular season. And we have a bye week. We understand we want the first seed. It is what it is, but we're not going to be having Keon Coleman. We can certainly hope for Amari Cooper to come back, but at the same time, only time will tell. Oh no, Haley is back for some more. She dated Diggs. Okay, we have Jack coming on in saying, okay, Shakir is greater than many wide receiver number ones. I hope Matt isn't very rusty. Hopefully he hasn't lost a step. Squares coming in, seeding Dan, but I mean, really at the end of the day, this is how we have to look at what the Buffalo Bills truly want. I honestly think that the Buffalo Bills right now, they are completely fine with the second seed. And I know what we want. We want the first seed, right? Like as fans, we want the first seed. But truly, what is important? What is more important for the Buffalo Bills right now? For us to go on ahead and rush back Keon Coleman, rush back Amari Cooper for a shot at the one seed, but then risk further injury. And then we end up limping into the playoffs and we have the exact same thing happen to us that happens to us each and every single year. Injuries have played a large factor into the Buffalo Bills blunders for the playoffs these past couple of times. So as much as I know that the first seed is important to the fan base, I'm not so sure that the Buffalo Bills really feel the exact same way. I think the number one thing we're looking for is to get healthy because we have a gauntlet, folks. Like we have a gauntlet at this point. We have Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers, Rams, and then the Detroit Lions. And I understand all of those are NFC matchups at that point, but that could very easily be a stretch where we could struggle. So we're going to want all hands on deck at that point. So don't be surprised if Amari Cooper ends up getting hurt. We're going to have to see. We have Kevin 4-5. Don't forget the first is a bye week in the playoffs. John is saying, I want to see the tight end Davidson brought back from the practice squad. He was nearly unable to be covered in the spring. Perhaps that's what it's going to be. What NFL is fine with just being second place, LIK? It's all strategy. So it's all strategy right now, right? It is completely all strategy at this point. Like we want to stay healthy. So do we want to go on ahead and treat this Kansas City Chiefs game like a playoff game and just bust out all the stops at this point and then risk re-aggravating a Keon Coleman and an Amari Cooper injury where we clearly need these guys in November and December, where we're going to be seeing the Kansas City Chiefs again in September? I mean, listen, dude, make no mistake. This is game 1 of 2 against Kansas City. This is game 1 of 2 against the Kansas City Chiefs. What if it almost behooves us at this point? So to not have Amari Cooper out there, not have Keon Coleman out there. So then when it comes time for us to play them again in the playoffs, they're completely blindsided because they have no idea what to expect for how these players are going to be implemented into the game during the playoffs by itself. Is what it is, man. Is what it is. Yeah. Listen. So Haley, listen, I know that like you're having fun and so you're trolling, and I love trolling in the chat, but like you're like spamming and being like really annoying. So I'm going to have to tell you, like, I'm going to have to time you out. I'm gonna have to time you out. Like, I'm fine with trolling occasionally, but like it's extra. It's wildly, wildly extra. And you can't even prove that like you live in Cincinnati. So like here's the deal. I'm fine with trolling, but just stop being annoying. Like you are acting like a child. Like you're acting like a child. So please do us a favor. Tone down a little bit, have fun, watch me. I'm happy for you, but just stop being annoying. For the love of God, like just stop. Stop for a little bit, or unfortunately, I will have to time you out like the child you are and teach you a lesson. We have to get a better health team than what we have had. Too many damn injuries at the end of the day. Deb is coming in. Wouldn't it be good karma to prove it to yourselves that you can beat them while that the Chiefs are weak? I mean, look, this Chiefs team has not been playing quality football on the offensive side of the ball. It's just true. It's just true. This team has not been playing quality offense. Now, defense is an entire different story. So we're going to have to figure that out from there. But that's just kind of where we're at. I'd rather have the Bills focus on them in the playoffs. I mean, look, dude, listen, like we have been beating these guys in the regular season. Last year, we ended up losing. Like last year, we ended up losing due to a lot of injuries, specifically on the linebacker side of things. So please, please, please get as healthy as humanly possible. We have Jack. Thoughts on Dotson release, bro? Jack Herbst is coming in. I mean, dude, I would be interested, but get this. Since the trade line is over with, or since the trade deadline is over with, that means that he needs to go through waivers. So say, for example, that he falls back to us in waivers, I would be completely open to welcoming him back, especially since we had so many injuries last year. Can't have that. Jack Herbst. Dotson was just released by the Seahawks. Pick him up. Jack, thank you so much for the super chat. You are the absolute man. Yeah, Terrell Dotson is a free agent. Go Bills. Parenthesis. Absolutely love it. How are we feeling about Mac? The man's reliable right now. Listen, Mac Hollins has been stepping up. I honestly think that the Indianapolis Colts allowed him to get open last week because they really didn't end up seeing him as much of a threat at the end of the day, but that's how it is. Lose to the Chiefs now and win later, or beat them 2 times. It would take a Buffalo miracle to beat them 2 times. I mean, listen, y'all have heard me joke around about this a million times. I said, look, I'm fine with the Kansas City Chiefs beating us in the regular season if we don't have Keon Coleman, we don't have Amari Cooper. But then guess what? When we play them again, which I guarantee you we will, folks, we will play the Kansas City Chiefs twice this year. One's going to be in the playoffs. I'm fine with us not being at full strength on Sunday. And if we can somehow end up edge out a victory and then, oh yeah, forgot about that. We have Amari Cooper and Keon Coleman coming back in the playoffs. That might even be better. So Kincaid is out for the week. Elevate Zach Davidson to the roster for this game. I would absolutely love that. And okay, so the Chiefs are a stout team. Rather beat them in the playoffs if they aren't undefeated for nothing. They find ways to win. All of the respect in the world for that coaching staff. And the defensive line has forgotten what pressure and sacks are. So surprisingly enough, Von Miller had 25% pressure percentage. Like he was the second highest rated PFF player last game. Like we're not getting home, and we did sack Flacco, I want to say 4 times, and solid pressure, surprisingly enough. It didn't show up on the box score, but they were getting pressure. Ed Oliver and Daquan Jones, I don't think that they recorded a single tackle, which is frustrating. Chiefs with Nuke are a completely different, dangerous team. We have Donald Darko. So they're missing Rice, Pacheco, Hollywood. I mean, that is kind of even. They certainly are. Mac is absolutely killing it. We win on Sunday. The memes will be lit. They certainly will. But not as lit as the memes from the Kansas City Chiefs side of things if they end up beating us in the playoffs after we end up repeating history over and over and over again. Yvonne, what is going on, Yvonne? How are you? This year is our year. We are playing as a complete team, and we will win on Sunday for sure. Hashtag Go Bills, Yvonne. I love that positivity in this stream. Man. Listen, guys, I do want to give a giant shout out and remind everybody that I am giving away this Josh Allen rookie card. Okay. In order to be a part of my giveaways, I'm giving away signed memorabilia each and every single week. I just gave away a signed James Cook jersey. I gave away another Josh Allen rookie card about a week or so ago. And then I gave away a signed football, signed helmet, signed mini helmet. I have so many things to give away this season. If you want to be a part of my giveaways, folks, you have to be a subscriber to this YouTube channel. It's just how it is. That is the number one rule. And then also make a free Pristine auction account. Link is in bio if you want to be a part of these giveaways. Super exciting. Super excited to go on ahead and give this away. Just make sure that you are a subscriber if you want to go on ahead and be a part of my giveaways moving forward. So subscribe to the channel if you have not already. In fact, I'm kind of curious to see how many subscribers we are at right now, because we want 50,000 subscribers by the end of the regular season. I genuinely think that we can get there because we crushed the 30,000 subscriber mark before week 10. We're at 30,382 where it stands. I know that we can get, I mean, honestly, let's get to 31,000. No, actually, fuck that. Excuse my language. Let's get to 32,000 before the Chiefs game on Sunday. I genuinely think that we can make that happen. Go on ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will tell you what, I forgot to put subscriber mode only on. I'm going to go on ahead and knock that out. My computer's been really slow as of late, which is super annoying. But we're going to go to subscriber mode only in the live chat, folks. So go on ahead and make that happen. Get in on the action. Subscribe to the channel to be a part of my giveaways. Still, the 2 seed gives a good advantage with 2 or more playoff games at home. Exactly. Listen, I want the 1 seed. I feel like everybody wants the 1 seed as a fan base, but I feel like this Buffalo Bills coaching staff and this Buffalo Bills team, number one priority is to get as healthy as humanly possible. And look at it this way, right? We have Matt Milano coming back. Dwayne Carter should be activated again prior to the playoffs, perhaps even somewhere mid through December, right? Maybe the Rams game, we see Dwayne Carter back. Maybe the Lions game, we see Carter come back, right? Rest up on those wrist injuries. From Keon Coleman, from Amari Cooper. Make sure that all of our offensive line is good to go because we have a gauntlet coming up, folks. We have 3 back-to-back very difficult NFC matchups. We want to go on ahead and win as many games as humanly possible. I would love to beat the Chiefs on Sunday. I really would. I want Amari Cooper to be out there, but if he's not ready, what the hell is the point? What the hell is the point if he is not ready? We have Zach Frey coming in. MVS is going crazy with the Saints. What the hell? I mean, it is what it is, man. Some people fit in well with some teams, and I guess others don't. Ray is greater than Cook. We have Shakir. Getting the 2 seed would be huge because we wouldn't have to play the Chiefs until the AFC Championship. And yeah, that 2 seed would welcome us playing a 7th seed. So what's that going to be? That's likely going to be the Chargers. That's likely going to be the LA Chargers for the 7th overall seed, which I like. And then afterwards, say, for example, that the Steelers end up winning the division and the Baltimore Ravens end up beating so the Houston Texans on the 4th seed. Then that would mean that we would have to play the Steelers right in the divisional, say, for example, that they win their matchup, and the Ravens would have to go on ahead and play the Kansas City Chiefs after the fact. So I feel like that would be ideal. Add another thing. Swift is Illuminati. So they sold their soul for friends. Patrick Fintech. Ray Davis is not better than Cook. Y'all are dumb. I mean, listen, I wouldn't say that they're dumb. I feel like it's a hell of a lot closer than people want to admit. It's not one running back is way better than the others. I just think that Ray Davis and James Cook do 2 very different skill sets at a wonderful rate. It could be the Bengals. It certainly could be, but right now, what? So they're at 4-6. If Amari Cooper doesn't play, I guess I'll just have to go for 150 and 2 touchdowns. Shakir, make it happen. I'd love to see more two running back formations against the Kansas City Chiefs by the refs, you idiots. We have Allen has had his 3 best games of the season as far as passing yards, and that was without Coleman and Cooper. After the facts, we have Peyton. Get everyone healthy. As a former Texas Tech student, when Mahomes was there, his kryptonite. He's 4-5 all time when I'm at the game. I plan on going to the playoff game to get us over the top. Payan, I hope that is the case. I hope that we can count on you when that happens, man. 447 of you in the chat already, 306 of you on YouTube, 141 of you on X. Folks, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I know Haley IRL, she's 15 and lives in Florida and is also a Dolphins fan. Susan Beth is coming on in, exposing the Bengals troll in the chat. We have Susan Beth. I have a feeling that's Milky. I think she's a part of the Milkyverse. And to be honest with you, I just have a thought right there. I think we will have Cooper back on Sunday. Coleman is out this week. Milano practice window opens this week, but he will not play. Yeah, most definitely. I think that so Matt Milano is more than likely going to be back. I would say against the San Francisco 49ers. And I think Keon Coleman will also be back against the Niners. And it's about 50-50 for me right now when it comes into expecting or anticipating Cooper to be back. It's going to be interesting. Either way. Aaron Freeze, yes, give me an option. JA17, Cook and Davis in the backfield out of the 12 formation, then run screens. Come on, Joe. Make it happen. What is the Milkyverse? Oh, man, we had like this kid like right in my streams a couple of summers ago that had like 7 different accounts, had like 7 different alter egos. We had no idea who it was, but I'm pretty sure now we have a pretty good understanding. It's the Durkeyverse. It is the Milkyverse. Who remembers the Milkyverse? Right in the chat, folks. And so I feel like a lot of the OGs certainly remember the Milkyverse. Players are dirty. Path to Fame Gaming plays. John Marlowe. I'm sure Bass wants his revenge this Sunday, but will surrender it for a Chiefs loss in the playoffs. I would love nothing more than a Tyler Bass redemption field goal again, especially against that same team, especially in the exact same stadium where it happened afterwards. That would be crazy. Have they said what injury Keon has yet? I know it's his hand, but they're being very quiet. Well, it's probably just like a sprained wrist. So to be honest with you, I think it's not bad enough for us to put him on IR, right? But I think he will be completely fine once San Francisco game ends up rolling around. That's really what I'm thinking. Chris is coming in. So how's the 21-day window work for Milano to get on the field? Basically, he's going to be ready by San Francisco, right? Because like with 21 days, meaning that we have to activate Milano by, I think it's December 4th is when we have to. And the game against San Francisco is December 1st. So I genuinely think that's how it's all going to play out. It's the Diddyverse. Oh, wait, that's just the baby lotion aisle. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bills beat Kansas City 34-20, then blow them out in the AFC Championship game, Raiders style. Aaron Freeze is coming in, just going nuts. I hope Spencer Brown's injury isn't too bad. Beth B is saying, I'm still saying Hyde will come back. I figured tail end of the regular season to get right for the playoff run. His locker has remained cleaned out and untouched, and his number is not used. He's ready to come back. Silky Milky. I know. This is good news for both of them. We have CD. Dorian Williams has been a stud. We will beat Kansas City, and they will lose the Broncos and Raiders, giving us the number 1 seed. Absolutely love that. He has been activated by 21 days, or he goes on season-ending IR. Absolutely, Nick. Absolutely. How will Milano return affect Dorian Williams? he has been bowling out, but Milano is Milano. So I feel like when it comes down into it, man, I have a feeling that this is going to be the last time that Matt Milano is in a Bills uniform based off of how Dorian Williams has been playing. I think you look at Matt Milano's contract, and I genuinely believe that next offseason we will walk away from him, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to use the hell out of Matt Milano this year. I'm excited for him to come back, but the way that Dorian has been developing, I think that we'll end up saving money on his contract once it's all said and done. And of course, those damn unnecessary penalties. If the Buffalo Bills continue all these disgusting penalties, I'm going to be completely freaking out. I need to try and tell myself that if we lose this week, it's just a regular season game and the year isn't over, because if we lose, I'm going to want to start throwing hands. I mean, listen, I know that a lot of fans want this win against the Kansas City Chiefs. But what if that has been screwing us all along, folks? That's the question I want to throw out there for like all Bills fans. What if the reason that the Buffalo Bills always tend to trade wins with the Kansas City Chiefs, we always win in the regular season, they always win in the playoffs. What if that's not a coincidence? What if this Buffalo Bills team is throwing everything that we have at this Kansas City Chiefs matchup, as far as our full playbook, as far as rushing guys back that shouldn't have been rushed back? And by the time that we end up seeing the Chiefs again in the playoffs, they already know all of our best plays, know exactly what we are going to throw out there for them. We're giving Andy Reid his scouting of what this team looks like. Perhaps that's it. Perhaps that's it. Maybe that's why we struggle against them in the playoffs, is just because we treat it like a playoff game when it's not a playoff game. So I don't know. We're going to see. We have Sugarfoots is coming in saying, "Hey, Dan, what do you think about the hot mic that caught Mahomes asking for help for the refs?" That was fishy. It was certainly fishy at the end of the day when he asked the referee to let him know when a defensive player was coming. But it's probably nothing. And I'm sure a bunch of people are going to go on ahead and just make it something that it's not. That's just wishful thinking. If we lose and go to the playoffs, we could lose twice. Nick G is saying everyone is banking on us ending their perfect season. I think this year we might not stack up, especially down Coleman and maybe even Cooper. We should sign Ngakoue. I'm not even sure if he's still a free agent. Running the ball is going to be tough this week. Kansas City has the third best run defense. Beth B, KC hasn't played well this year, and their games are pure luck and shitty officiating. That eventually catches up to you, and if you don't make a change. We have Patrick Fintak. If we can keep Milano and Bernard healthy in the playoffs, we win a Super Bowl. I mean, dude, I would absolutely love that. I got a feeling we're losing to Kansas City this upcoming week, but we'll finally get them back in the playoffs. And I mean, honestly, I would take that any day of the year. We are winning this weekend and in the playoffs. For some reason, I feel like the luck tides are turning toward us. We are winning the close ones more than before, and the winning mentality is showing. Bills since 92. New players, new year. Chris Godwin. Wouldn't mind letting Milano walk. Love him, but Dorian Williams is younger and cheaper and still produces. Could get a third-round compensatory pick for Matt Milano. 110%. And the Bills are a different team than other Bills teams. 17. Listen, Yvonne, I've said this and I've been cooked for this before, but I think this is the best team Josh Allen has ever had. Even over the 2020 team where we had Beasley, we had Stephon Diggs, we had Gabe Davis. I think this is the best team that Josh Allen has ever had. Best coach team, best coordinators, best offensive line, best running tandem. And yes, I will take a healthy Amari Cooper and a Keon Coleman over Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis any day of the week. I would. And yes, I would take Shakir right over Cole Beasley. As much as I love Cole Beasley, I loved what Cole Beasley did for this squad. I really did. He was an absolute stud for this team. But I literally look at this roster. I'm taking this roster over that 2020 squad. And we're 8-2. So as astronomical as the take does sound right now, I'm not too far off, right? Will Matt Milano be more impactful than Milano at this point? It's hard to say. I don't know what to expect from Matt Milano. Like, dude hasn't played a game in 400 days, more than a year, which makes it, something intriguing for the most part. But I don't know. I really don't know at this point. Let's go ahead and check out what's going on. Groot forces the fumble and Damar Hamlin recovers it. How ironic. Shout out to Groot. He was doing his damn thing. Seattle Seahawks released former Bills linebacker Terrell Dotson. See, I would say that normally we probably would pick him up under waivers, but at this point, okay, here's the deal. Here's a very difficult conversation for a lot of us, right? If we do end up picking up Terrell Dotson and Matt Milano is coming back, who's the odd man out, folks? Who is the odd man out? And I know it's not going to be popular. It's not going to be popular. So really for anyone that's hoping that Dotson comes back, so the one guy and the odd man out right on this roster, unfortunately, would be Buffalo Joe. Like, we would have to say goodbye to Joe Andreessen. And I feel like everyone is super excited about that. It is a hometown kid. He made the team. That's all well and good. But he would be the odd man out. Say, for example, that we did bring back Dotson. Because number one, we have Matt Milano coming back in the first place. So how many linebackers are we really going to keep on the roster by itself? That's completely fine. Joe is not that good. He's solid. He's solid depth. Soul Train. I think getting safety depth is more important than adding a linebacker, in my opinion. Yeah, right now, we're pretty slim right there, aren't we? Yo, Dan, Babylon Spectre is on the IR until Milano returns. We will have a third string. We have Morrow, too. Maybe Morrow is the odd man out. Dotson over Spectre, easy. We have Beth B. The Chiefs' luck will eventually run out, and the thing that worries me is the refs' hate. I'm 5'10", you're tall to me. Nick G. What is going on, man? Short Kings, stand up, baby. Dan, what's good? Sorry I'm late. I'm glad to hear about Milano. It's nice, man. It's very, very good. I'm very happy about it. We have Chris Gallman. What about Morrow? Joe is cheaper and younger. He could potentially be that, but we did sign him to a contract. Smash that like button. Free for you. Won't hurt you, and it helps your boy Dan out. We have Storm in the chat. Or Ulafosio. And so I know we drafted him, but he's been inactive when Joe wasn't. And Joe has been pretty solid in special teams. Joe needs more opportunities. Devontae Mott. Will they actually bring him back because he's actually that dude, that great on one specific team and okay on others? We're going to have to see. When will he be back? What is up with Dalton? Dude, listen, we have really no new reports on him at this point. A lot of people rate in the medical community that cover Buffalo Bills injuries are thinking it's a PCL. And a PCL, unfortunately, is like a 2 to 4 week sort of injury. Let's hope that they're wrong. And let's hope that it's just something that can maybe take a week. But no way that Dalton Kincaid is going to play on Sunday. Zero way. I would be shocked if Dalton Kincaid is rolled out there. And do we know how long Keon will be out? We have a bye week next week, so I'm hoping by San Francisco he will be solid. That's what I'm thinking. Man. I feel that technically he probably could play this Sunday, but I think Sean McDermott's really just trying to make sure that he's good for this gauntlet that we have right after the bye. Say that I'm a gambling man. I have a feeling that we have a full bill of health. That San Francisco 49ers game is going to be the healthiest we have seen this team in a very, very long time. Maybe we have Amari Cooper out on Sunday, but I'm still not even optimistic about that. If we win Sunday, do we get the number 1 seed? How does that work? No, we do not, because right now, the Chiefs are undefeated and we already have 2 losses. So if we win, then that means with Kansas City still has 1 less loss. So Kansas City would need to drop 1 more game. And if that was the case and we continued to win, then we would get the number 1 seed. That's how it would play out. But we'll see. We will see. Um, Also, is Dalton Kincaid out? More than likely, Dalton Kincaid will not be playing. For sure, let's be honest here. We're locked for a playoff spot because this division is depressing. So I'd rather take a few more L's in the regular season and have everyone healthy by the wild card game. Totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Folks, I need to go ahead and tell you something here. I am about to be live on the AFC East Roundtable channel, okay? Because we need to go on ahead and talk to our good friends, Richie, TD, and then also Colby from Pat's Global. I am a part of a debate show called the AFC East Roundtable. I would imagine vast majority of you have been familiar with it. I'm going to be live on there in about 5 minutes, having my typical conversation with the guys. I'm going to go on ahead and point out exactly what channel you should be looking for. It's called the AFC East Roundtable. It's very depressing. It has largely become a Bills stream now since only Bills fans are showing up. However, we are going to be in, for yet another very exciting episode of the AFC East Roundtable. So do me a favor. And so go subscribe over there. Hang out with me. We're going to be talking a bit more about the game against the Indianapolis Colts. Looking forward for the rest of the season. So definitely go on ahead and join me. That is where I will be. And a reminder to everybody, I am giving away this Josh Allen rookie card. Okay. In order to be a part of this contest and or giveaway, you have to be a subscriber to this YouTube channel and you have to have a free Prestige auction account. Link is in my description. Yeah. So make it happen. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys over at the AFC East Roundtable starting here in just a couple of minutes. See y'all soon. Love you.